You guys remember how yesterday I told you that we're going to have a movie night and I wasn't sure if the movie was such that would waste my time or if the storyline is going to open my eyes to something of value, something that I truly need to take note of. You remember? To be honest, I never knew that I was going to learn financial lessons from that video. I'm just going to summarize the lessons that I've learned. This is not me telling you the story back to back on what happens, because I'm not here to talk about movies. I'm here to talk about the lessons that I learned, especially if it is related to finance. That being said, I'll dive into the lessons that I learned from the movie Parking. In the movie, a man had to go spend beyond his capacity to buy a car simply because of the ridicule he had to face for owning a bike as compared to his neighbor who owns a car, without taking into consideration that the space in that building is enough to contain just one car and not two cars. This led to a fight between both neighbors, because the chances of being the first to park the car depends highly on the theory of first come, first serve. And because of the issue of security in that particular community, both neighbors would strive to be the first to return from work, to be the first to park their car in that particular parking lot. It got to the point where one of the neighbors would, instead of going to work driving his car, he would rather leave it there parking, and then he would take a bike to work or book a ride. I was like, why pay extra to book a cab to work when you have a car? Then what is the purpose of owning a car in the first place? Is it just to show that, okay, you also own a car? The movie opened my eyes to how we spend on things that we don't necessarily need. How oftentimes we mistake our wants for needs. It is something we call impulsive spending. It's not a good financial habit at all. And it really just brought to remembrance how much we spend impulsively, not because we need the item in question, but oftentimes it's due to pressure, unhealthy appetite, anger, greed, pride. And to be honest with you, I don't see a car as an asset. I see it as a liability, because if you buy a new car for 10,000 today, you cannot sell that car for that exact amount in 5 months time or in 1 year. The reason is because the value would have depreciated. And oftentimes people who spend impulsively channel their money towards acquiring things they think is an asset, but in the real sense it is a liability. Now don't get me wrong, buying a car is not bad, but there is a particular position where you are financially and feel like, okay, right now I can actually afford a car, and even if it is depreciating, it is okay because the amount that is coming in is more than enough to make up for whatever you are losing from that car. That is the point where I can say, okay, you can buy a car. If not, please make use of public transport. And if booking a cab is too expensive, you can actually consider booking an auto rickshaw. It will take you to the same destination. This is the basis for financial management. Sometimes we spend beyond our means to compete, to feel among, to prove a point that is unnecessary, and it ultimately affects other aspects of our lives. Instead of you to be financially free, you become financially burdened, because the money that you would have utilized for something that you truly needed was wasted on things that you can actually do without. These habits have consequences, which is why I've been inspired to make a video on financial habits that is keeping you poor. You will be surprised how you may have been holding yourself back financially. To know more about the unhealthy financial habits that is limiting you and keeping you poor, click on the video suggestion on your screen right here, and I'll see you in this video right now.